At venues across the city of San Francisco, customers are pulling out their vaccination cards. The city now requires customers at places like restaurants, clubs, theaters, and gyms to either provide vaccination proof or be denied indoor access.
It's important because kids under the age of 12 cannot be vaccinated. So we have to make sure that we're protecting them. It's important because there are still people who are elderly and sick and those with underlying health conditions that may not even be eligible for the vaccine.
Mayor Breed acknowledged that San Francisco is following the lead of its bar industry. On July 29th, the San Francisco Bar Owner Alliance recommended its members require proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test before coming inside.
This is not a virtue signaling moral stance that we're taking here. We did this because we looked at the data and we decided we had to do everything in our power to protect our staffs and their families and our customers.
The new requirements do not apply to individuals who are ineligible for vaccination. That includes children under the age of 12. But as San Francisco moves forward with one of the strictest policies in the United States, many wonder, will the idea catch on beyond city limits?
In states, they've made mask wearing illegal. So it's mask mandates illegal. So obviously we're not going to follow it across the entire country, but I think it may be local jurisdiction by local jurisdiction. I could see Los Angeles going this way. I could see some of the other Bay Area counties going this way. It's just to the extent that you know that these kinds of establishments are niduses of infection, of transmission, then we'd like to keep the unvaccinated out and have the clientele largely be vaccinated.
We don't want to anger great customers, and we want our employees to be comfortable asking for these vaccine cards. And it was a sit down and one-on-ones with everybody and kind of going over scenarios.
That training was quickly put to the test with these customers who weren't aware of the new requirements.
You're the first customers we had to bring this up to.
I had no idea.
Well, I'm just used to adapting. So it changes daily, hourly. So just kind of go with the flow. So we're going to have to be a little bit more prepared if we're going to want to eat indoors with vaccine cards.
We're all for whatever it takes so we don't get closed down again.
The requirement also extends to employees. But city officials say to preserve jobs and give time for them to comply, proof of vaccination requirements for staff goes into effect October 13th. Mark New, CGTN, San Francisco.